With pressure to thin out the GOP presidential field, many eyes are looking at Rand Paul because of his weak fundraising and poll numbers, plus the concern that the GOP will lose his Senate seat next year. The current pundit spin is that the outsider candidates like Trump, Carson, and Fiorina will fade, and the more establishment outsiders like Senator Paul or Ted Cruz will compete for the conservative vote. This is the path of victory both campaigns are banking on. So the stakes were high for Paul's campaign this Columbus Day weekend when the Republican Liberty Caucus National Convention had their preference poll in New Hampshire. Was this Rand Paul's last stand? While Rand won the preference poll, Ted Cruz's close second place signaled that Rand does not have a lock on his libertarian base. If the outsider candidates do tumble, not only does Cruz have room to grow his libertarian vote, his foreign policy positions are much more in line with the Trump, Carson, Fiorina camps.
Is ripped to shreds this catastrophic Iranian nuclear.
So this preference poll shows that Rand Paul does not have a lock on his natural base. In addition, his foreign policy positions will limit his ability to grow support among GOP conservatives.
See, I think there's an incredibly important debate to have over Syria. See, we've got everybody beating their chest, men and women on the stage wanting to show how strong they are. But you know how Assad got weaker and how did ISIS get stronger? Us, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar poured 600 tons of weapons in 2013 alone, and it created a space, and ISIS grew in that space and in that vacuum. And the neocons in our party said, well, we just should have put more in. And what are the dangers of going over to there right now where Russia's invited by Iraq, Iran, and Syria to come there, to go then draw a line and say if Russia crosses it, we're shooting them down? My goodness, do you know what could happen with that?
I agree with Rand in the sense that I think every move should be calculated, but at the same point, I don't think we should be completely isolationist, where I think I kind of fall with Cruz a little bit more.
Instead of answering skeptics, the preference poll results add one more question the Paul campaign needs to answer. What is Rand Paul's realistic path to the nomination? Granted, Paul's passionate supporters may keep hope alive, but beyond that, Rand Paul has very little working in his favor.